everyone, Daisy here again with another layout for 12 Days of Trends that I am the series I'm doing with Christy from Christy's Beautiful Life. I started out with this cut file, and this is from Paper Issues. I cut it out on some blue raspberry cardstock from the Cardstock Warehouse, and then I also cut it on some just white cardstock I had in my stash, and I am layering them together. So this week our challenge is to use, or our future trend is to use transparency somehow on our layout. And so this is how I'm choosing to do it. And basically I'm going to sandwich a piece of acetate from Bella Boulevard that has little blue stars on it in between these two cut files that I made. So that the whole center of it, as well as all of the centers of those little stars, will be transparent. So I'm just using my ATG, and I adhered like all of my layers of paper together, and now I am trimming down the transparency so that it just fits kind of behind the star. And unfortunately, when I cut this out on my silhouette, I did the wrong, I think I just did like a mirror image of it. However, I didn't make sure that it was lined up the same way in the page. So when they cut out, it left like a good probably half an inch or quarter of an inch on two sides of the layout. So I had to trim it down, which is what I'm doing now. So now I think my layout is like 11.5 by 11.5. But I'm gonna come up with a solution for that, but not right away because I was thinking about it. So I decided to work on my photos next, and I decided to go with these ones that I have from the 4th of July. And I have these two of my daughters, and my oldest daughter was being kind of a little turd, and my youngest daughter kept trying to lay her head on her shoulder, and my oldest daughter wanted nothing to do with that, so she kept kind of yelling at her. So one photo, it's of her yelling at my youngest daughter, and then the other one, it's just they have a cute look on their face, like they're getting along. So I don't end up using this one of all three of my children, just because I couldn't figure out how to get them to kind of work together. And this photo here is the one where they're looking at each other like they like each other, and I think it's so adorable. But I had these little bits of the stars that weren't adhered down, so I did use some Tombow Mono Multi to stick those down. And then I had gone off camera for a while and was digging through to figure out what I wanted to use to embellish my layouts. And so I pulled out a few sticker packs, and I have this one from Glitter Girl. I'm going to use, so I'm doing obviously two layouts, just, back to back. And so I'm going to use similar items on both sides. So I'm creating a cluster around my photo down in this bottom left corner, and I'm using half of that, not branding strip, I cannot think of what it is, that strip of pink stars. I'm using half of that on the side, and then I'll use the other half on the other side. And then I'm pulling out stickers. I have Stay Colorful and Stargazer, and I'm going to pull out stickers off of each of those sheets as well. And I use that title, it says Love You, and that is from Vicki Boutin, like puffy stickers. I don't even know if they're puffy or if they're like epoxy or something maybe. And I thought that word adore was just perfect for this photo because it looks like they adore each other, even though that wasn't really what was happening, but the looks on their faces. So then I flipped the page over and I'm working on the other side, and basically because it is transparent, I want my photo to kind of cover up where that other photo is on the opposite side, so that you can't see like the backs of things showing through my layout. And so I lined that up carefully and adhered it down, as well as that strip. And now this side is the fighting side, so I'm going to title it Oh Snap. And then again, just pulling off stickers off these sticker sheets. I'm trying to get a couple of my sticker sheets used up because I tend to hoard them until the point where they're really not sticky anymore, which kind of defeats the purpose of them being stickers because they end up falling off the sheet and like getting stuck everywhere. And so I need to get some of them used up. So because I used that hello sticker on this side, I had to use another one, and I used one that said good times ahead. Excuse me. And I am kind of mixing my metallics. I have some rose gold things and some gold things, so that doesn't really bother me. I don't mind mixing, little accent pieces of metallics, or really any metallics, I guess. It doesn't really bug me. So basically I'm just going to flip back and forth between each side and add items. I don't want them to be completely the same, but at the same time have them be, similar layouts, just because I like the way that it looked. So I pulled out these chipboard stickers as well, and I think I just get the ampersand on there. And now I'm going to try to figure out what I want to do to kind of expand the side. So first I'm going to take my pen and I am going to trace around this. And then my solution is to take some more of that blue raspberry paper and cut off strips and kind of feed it in between the layers of the paper around each edge to expand it out so that it ends up being like a 12 by 12 size layout. And I am going to cut that off here shortly. I thought I was going to use this trim, but it was too like flimsy and it was really difficult to work with, and it would have made it super thick if I had to do it on both sides. So I abandoned that idea for the paper. But that's basically what I'm going to do with the strips of paper once I decide that's what I'm going to do. So if you haven't already, head on over and check out Christy's layout. She took the transparent to like the full extent, so her whole page is transparent, which I think is amazing. And so you definitely want to head on over and check hers out, and then stay tuned because next week we have another layout coming out. And I also owe you guys a layout for last week because I had this layout planned out in my head for the purple and teal, and Christy did have hers put out, but it wouldn't work, and I was so frustrated with it, so I finally just had to kind of put it off to the side, and so I do owe you that layout, and so hopefully that will be coming up soon as well. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again next time. Head on over to Christy's channel next. There will be a link down below. Bye!